Collective, it's Blameless Practice Open, our timeless collective reading. Thank you so much for clicking onto my video. So I know that the legal disclaimers play at the very beginning of this video, okay? However, due to the nature of this download, I have to reiterate them just for legal purposes here. This channel and everything that it produces is for entertainment purposes only. It's not meant to scare you. It's not meant to, put you in any kind of fear. It also does not endorse violence or harming any other people. Just have to state that. As well as if you continue on with this video, you are in agreement that any actions taken by the viewers for the kind of content that's coming out in this download here, this reading, you are in charge of yourself. The channel, the business, myself are not liable for any actions that you take, okay? Again, I have to state this because of the nature of the download, and I am a seer, and I receive messages from the divine. And not all the messages are puppies and daisies, because quite frankly, the experiences, the situations that go on in the lives of human beings aren't always puppies, daisies, sunflowers and rainbows, right? Like, it can get pretty dark, especially if you do low vibrational things are going to happen to you, okay? Because your energy will attract that. And that's all that this download is going to state. So I just want to reiterate that. Trigger warning, okay, this is a much darker type of download here. There's a lot of positive to it, but it's darker for the people who do low vibrational things because you are in alignment with that energy. So just FYI with that. So this download collective. So I'm going to get to the good and then I'll get to the bad. So the good collective, especially since I am channeling divine feminines, you do not have to be a female for that to resonate with you. Remember, I'm just picking up on energy, not necessarily gender. So take it where it resonates with you. If you're masculine and you're divine feminine energy, just means you're in your receptive energy, which is what this good news is. Collective, you are in your receptive energy. Okay, you are in alignment with it. However, Spirit's trying to get your attention here. And you could be receiving this message in unconventional ways, which astrologically at the time of this video being filmed is conducive to the energy, okay? It's like heavy Aquarius energy, especially with Mercury, especially with Mars, like getting creative and how you get your point across, okay? And that's not limited to the physical, that also plays out in the spiritual. So you could be having like your technology mess up, or just a confirmation verb. So you could be having your technology mess up, like it just shut off, like the radio, your TV, your lights just automatically shut off to get your attention. So Spirit's trying to get your attention when it comes to your abundance right here. It's like you are in alignment for this abundance. Okay. You are in alignment for this abundance. However, you need to bring balance to all areas of your life, specifically your work, your family, and your spiritual practices. You may be putting too much in one area and neglecting the others. And Spirit wants you to get this abundance, especially because you're getting a return of some kind of abundance that was taken from you at some point in time. So say if you missed out on an opportunity, if somebody, siphoned your energy or they stole something from you, okay, it has backfired. And now that opportunity, that blessing is coming right back around to you. And Spirit wants you to be ready for it. They want you to be in alignment for it because you've earned it, you deserve it, okay? They want you to know that you need to bring balance to all areas of your life because it seems like you're not incorporating enough time in your day for your spiritual practices, like meditating at least an hour a day, practicing self-care, praying once or twice a day, if that resonates with you, if that's something that you do with your spiritual practices. Okay, so you need to incorporate that because you are going to be receiving this abundance if you do so, and they want you to get it sooner rather than later because you are in alignment, you've done the work. Now the ugly, the bad. The ugly, the bad is that someone here, I picked up on a feminine energy, but it's not exclusive to that. It could be a man, okay? I picked up on a feminine energy here who very hastily recruited their family to do some kind of witchcraft on you, okay? On a full moon, or this is something that played out in October of 2025. Whenever you are seeing this video, and if the title resonates for you is when you're meant to hear it, so if you're seeing this way later, take it where it resonates. With all my videos, please take it where it resonates and leave the rest. Please don't try to make the story fit if it doesn't fit, okay? It's a collective tarot reading, which means it's not going to resonate with everybody. So it's perfectly okay if it doesn't resonate with you. Just click off. Very simple, okay? This person is someone who has been spreading a lot of gossip, trying to defame your character. However, that backfired in such a beautiful way on this person. And so now, they're doing a lot of witchcraft and nobody wants to work with them, so they utilize their family. However, this family is seeing that essentially you've remained untouched. Okay, they're watching. They see that you've got abundance coming in. They see that you're financially self-sufficient, independent. They know that ain't shit gonna happen to you. However, these people are seeing that energy be returned to them. So whatever ritual they did to affect you, and it definitely has to do with your money, and it definitely has to do with your children, and maybe even your children being unalived, okay? Or even you. Definitely was targeted on your family unit. So if you have children, you have a significant other, like all of y'all were targeted, okay, with this ritual here. They're seeing it return, and they're very, very scared of what's going to happen to their own children. But also, it's like these people have had enough of the stagnation. Like, they've had enough, okay? And they know that you're not to blame here. You're just not a sacrifice. And in the collective tarot readings, you know, it's come out that these people that were doing all this work for you, on you, are, I said for you. So again, like, Spirit wants to reiterate that it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. So it's a blessing in disguise. In the collective tarot readings in the past, it said that those who are trying to sacrifice you will become the sacrifice. That's exactly what this energy is, okay? These people are desperate. They are very determined in the stagnation, the poverty, the hardship, any kind of like writing the balance when it comes to scales, because they know people in their family are going to die. Okay, so like they're scared of how many losses they're going to take. They could have already taken losses, okay? But they're very, very scared of what it means seeing you okay. It doesn't mean that they want to keep attacking you. No, they're going to go to the dark practitioner who convinced them to do this to you because they blame them, okay? And it's definitely giving the call is coming from inside the home, okay? And this person knows that their family is coming after them. There's been a lot of messages of people being in their feelings, telling this person they blame them. They blame them, and they are holding them accountable for it, meaning they want them to be held to justice. They want this person to answer for it, because I channeled the songs Running with the Wolves by Aurora. And it's like, in that song, it talks about how there's blood on their hands. There's blood on this dark practitioner's hands. And their family wants them to answer for it, because the blood came from the family. Not you, not yours, theirs. So definitely a return to sender has been here. So congratulations with your spiritual hygiene. Keep it up, okay? Keep up with your prayer game. Keep cleansing out your energy. Keep cleansing your space. But it definitely returned, and they want this person to answer for it. So I'm also picking up that this person is like couch jumping, or they don't have a stable residence, okay? Like they're jumping from couch to couch. I picked up like 3 different places that they stay. And this family's going door to door looking for this person. And they even have arrived at like one of the places that they were at. However, they never answered the door. They're like taunting them over like a Ring camera, over, you know, some kind of like camera that they can interact with the outside. They're taunting them. And Spirit wants you to know that the end result is that they can hide all they want. The family's going to get them. The family's going to find a way inside the home. And I definitely picked up that when that happens, this person is going to try to barricade them. They're going to be isolated. They're going to be contained inside of one room in their home, or the home that they're staying at. And that family's coming. Like, they're very, very determined. It's like they're going to make this person their ritual sacrifice. Sacrifice one for the many is what it's giving. And this person knows. But also something very significant. It's a little on the nose for me, but Spirit wants you to know about it. This person touches themselves, diddles themselves a lot. They could be doing heavy, you know, like sex magic. That could be like how they attempt to manifest, and you don't have to have another person for that. It just takes the big O, right? Something very significant about that. And also like how they're going to be doing that when these people break into their home. So something very significant about that. So getting into the lyrics here. Running with the Wolves by Aurora. Go row the boat to safer grounds, but don't know we're stronger now. My heart still beats and my skin still feels. My lungs still breathe. My mind still fears. Again, these people are in fear, and they're trying to figure out a way to bring balance to their lives. How can they right the scales here? But we're running out of time. Oh, all the echoes in my mind cry. There's blood on your lies. The sky's open wide. There's nowhere for you to hide. The hunter's moon is shining. So something very significant. Again, the hunter's moon is one that happens typically in October or November. In 2025, it was October 7th, okay? But when it comes to running out of time, it's like this person lied about you to get these people to work against you, okay, to do things to you. They manipulated things. Essentially, they said whatever they need to say to get people to jump the cause, to send an unaliving spell or things like that, okay? But there's blood on it. There's blood on your lies, meaning like it went back to the family. Like you were rejected as an offering, and now someone else has to be chosen. But also, if they're wishing death and stuff on your family and stuff, it's going to happen to everybody around them. And they know time's running out. It's only a matter of time before more people fall. More people are not of this realm anymore. There is nowhere for you to hide. Again, this family is actively hunting this person down, okay? And it could be something very significant about how they're going to find this person on the full moon. And we have one coming up, like, as of, like, this weekend, like, when this is being filmed. So it's something very significant about that. Trick or treat, what would it be? I walk alone, I'm everything. My ears can hear and my mouth can speak. My spirit talks, I know my soul believes. A gift, a curse, they track and hurt. Say, can you dream? And nightmare screams. And nightmare seems, a million voices, silent screams where hope is left so incomplete. I'm running with the wolves tonight. Again, like, they're running with the wolves. Like, this family is running together to get this person. A gift, a curse. So definitely some kind of curse sent to your family, to your home, to your money, right? To give them some kind of gift. It never happened, though. So they track and they're going to hurt. And this person's getting nightmares about it. Like, they know it's coming. But again, I'm also picking up, like, there's messages. Like, this family is coming in all hot. Like, they're staying on business. They're coming in all hot with this person. Like, no. Like, I'm holding you responsible for this. You lied. You manipulated us. There's consequences. And you're going to pay for it, okay? So, getting into my intro. If you are a returning member, subscriber, viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments, subscribe, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. I highly encourage you guys to check out the updated perks for my members that will begin in February of 2026. The keynotes is that you will now be able to get a personal tarot reading from me via the live stream group. Okay, so for like $20 a month, you get 4 live streams, so once a week, where I pull cards that are exclusive to those who are in the live stream, as well as do individual card pulls for those people and ask and answer any kind of questions they have to ask. So if you're wanting some kind of guidance from me, that is the only way you're going to get it. And if you know how much a personal tarot reading costs, it's anywhere from $20 for 20 minutes. I've seen it where it's like $1 a minute, or it could be up to $200 for 30 minutes. It depends on who you go to. But for the people on the YouTube's community, it's pretty pricey. I've seen it. So, $20 is pretty fair, especially when you are guaranteed to speak with me once a week. So I can answer your questions because I've been getting your emails. I've been, on my other social medias, you guys have been contacting me, asking me if I do personal tarot readings, or, trying to ask me personal questions during a collective read. I can't answer those because it's a collective reading. So it's for thousands of people. If you want personal answers, you're going to have to join the live stream club. And that information will be in the description box below for you, okay? Also, in the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health, please know that I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be. And if I mention them at all, it is either what my intuition is picking up on or it's literally on the cards themselves. However, if it truly resonates for you, I highly encourage you to speak to those experts in those areas of expertise. Something also to note is that I'm not a tarot reader, I'm a seer. Therefore, the cards are just how I connect with you guys. The cards are a physical and visual representation of the intuitive downloads that I receive. So please use your own level of discernment. I am also the author, B. Ulrich, of both fairy tales in my hand here. The Princess and Her Inner Voice, and the Dark High Priest, and the Prophecy Queen Unseen. The audiobooks have been released. We attach this video for convenience. However, if you truly feel inclined to purchase the physical copies, thank you. You can find them on online or retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, to name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice is in the second edition print, which means that the autographed first edition, as well as my products, can be found on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com. All the information in the description box below for your convenience, as well as all my social media platforms and pages, so that way you do not get scammed by people or pages pertaining to me. As always, I begin each reading with a prayer. This is just to provide an energetic boundary for what I will allow to come through as I channel these messages for you guys. I call upon God, Banja, Great Goddess, Mother, Tree 3, Blue, the Archangels, my ancestors, and the seen unseen. Please only allow in this reading what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any low vibrational anti-spins and energies try to come through, try to ask, reject, open a portal, remove, give, monitoring spirit, and past and future, I ask that you block, mind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold. I want you to give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on behalf of your fit. Please allow me to see what you want the collective to know and provide clear, concise messages. If anyone tries to abuse technology in any kind of way in the past or the future by trying to take a screenshot, ask, reject, open a portal, remove, view, or be monitoring spirit in this set, I ask that you block, mind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold, which will give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf, whichever way you deem fit. Please protect me, this channel, the video, and the viewers. I deliver a finally guided message. Any curses, hex, evil eye, black magic, witch findings will be blocked, mind, and blinded, and immediately return to sender 100-fold. The sender's mask ripped off, they'll be able to hide all their lies, deceit, and ill intentions will become exposed and publicly known. All right, collective. Thank you so much for bearing with me as I get through the much needed legal and spiritual disclaimers that I have to state at the beginning of each video. So let's get back into this reading. Spirit, what do you want the collective to know about this reading here. What do you want the collectors to know about this download? About how they're going to receive their abundance that was taken from them, but also how people are wanting to hold this dark practitioner accountable, specifically their family. We have divine masculine, financial stability, plotting. There's more. Past information revealed to bring you clarity. About black magic, self-love. There's now a debt to be paid. The dead speaks your ancestors about these people that you have removed from your life that are low vibrational. There's conflicting information that they received about your career. All right, let's get into this. Let's see here. The dead speaks. The dead, let me move this. The dead speaks. Your ancestors are speaking about the past to give you clarity when it comes to black magic that was done to affect your self-love. And plotting to affect your self-love, you being with the divine masculine, so divine feminine again, heavy divine feminine energy. Divine masculine, you having financial stability, and how they're plotting on providing conflicting information about your career. These are people that you have removed from your life that are low vibrational. That now there's a debt to be paid. So recap here. The dead speaks. Your ancestors are providing you with past information to bring clarity, as well as it's giving past information. The debt to be paid. Hold on. I'm getting a different download. Conflicting information. Past information. This family received conflicting information about the plotting when it came to your career. That was doing black magic to affect your self-love, you being with the divine masculine, and your financial stability. There's a debt to be paid. Okay. Let me recap this. The dead speaks. Your ancestors are speaking about the low vibrational people that you've already removed from your life. There's a debt to be paid, okay? And that's why this family is having past information that's revealed to bring them clarity about this debt that's to be paid. So they have full understanding that this person lied to them about you. Okay, like about you. And that's very, that aligns with the beginning message, the beginning download, is that like they're understanding why they're suffering. They understand why people are dying in their family. They understand why their money's all dried up, because they received conflicting information when they all agreed to plot on your career by using this black magic, meaning like it was meant to target your self-love. So this is like witchcraft that was aimed at targeting your heart chakra, your blessings, your opportunities, your ability to love yourself, your ability to love others. And we have divine masculine, so trying to affect your relationship, but also to affect your financial stability. And that's why it's like making sense to them, like here's why all of our money's fucked up. And these cards came out, and I'm gonna see what they are. We have the Chariot, because you are getting to move forward. You're overcoming obstacles here. You're overcoming obstacles. You get to move forward. Your ancestors are very, very tearful of you, because they know that you are here to pave a path to lead others on a path that is new. You're a revolutionary. You're an entrepreneur. You are someone here to pave the way for others to follow. And that these people are now bound to whatever it is they sent out. So there's a binding spell that was done. This could be like a love binding spell. This could be a money binding spell. There's some kind of binding spell here that was meant to attack your heart chakra, as well as like your life, okay? Your life, your heart chakra, and your abundance. So 3 areas. They did this, they very hastily did this ritual because they were very frustrated how many times they kept trying to take shots at you and nothing was happening. So it's like all their other previous plots didn't work out. So like trying to, assassinate your character, get people to, view your business or you as an entrepreneur, or you in whatever kind of field. They wanted people to look at you in a certain kind of way, which was not in a good light, right? So like if you're someone here who's spiritual, you have a spiritually based business, they wanted people to, think that you do witchcraft or that you hurt people. Projection is a confession. What they were saying about you was true about them, okay? But they try to up the ante with this ritual that they did, that they got their family to work with them, and now they're bound to it. And that's because your ancestors are saying, you are overcoming this. You overcame these obstacles. Now, like, you're essentially, when it comes to you being someone who forges a path for others to follow, this is giving generational curse breaker. This is giving chosen one, starseed, earth angel. Okay, you're someone here who's supposed to balance the scales for your lineage, because there could have been some generational curse here that has affected your bloodline when it came to love, your love life, and your money. Like poverty, loss, lack mindset, being in karmic relationships. You broke that. You are here to be the one in your lineage that rights that wrong, that has a different outcome, right? So they're very, very territorial of you because you're the first and you are meant to lead the others of your bloodline. So it's like your ancestors bound them to it. But also, if you do return to sender and they're doing some kind of binding spell on you, or you do like a cord cutting ritual, you take a ritual bath, that shit's got to go somewhere, right? Like that energy's got to go somewhere, and it's not on you. So you're getting to move forward here. And I want to get the good news out first. Let's get the good news. Spirit, what does the collective need to work on? That you were stating that their ancestors, their spiritual team, the divine are getting very creative in how they're trying to alert the collective that they need to spend some time on their spiritual practices to bring balance, because there's abundance coming. What do you want the collective to work on? What do you want the collective to work on? It's telling you to follow the signs with the number 8. 8 is your 8th house. Okay, so your legacy could also be an inheritance. You need to follow the signs. Okay, so you already and truly know the answer, and the confirmation that you're seeking is all around you. There's so many different signs, but it's like you're ignoring them. And Spirit wants you to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, your ability to interpret these messages. Okay, so you need to follow the signs here. Don't allow the situation to make you bitter, cold, or leave. So you need to not, it's like learn the lesson and get the blessing, right? But if you choose to be angry and blame other people, when you give your power away. But 2, it's like, yeah, there was a betrayal here. Yeah, you know, like what they did was upsetting, but it's like a fated event for you, right? Like it's part of your soul contract to go up against these people and them to lose. You learn the lesson. What does this teach you? Okay, to teach you about your resilience, to teach you about your power, to teach you about your self-worth, your self-love. Okay, because like many of you, like this happened at the very beginning of your awakening, and it was to prepare you for the amount of expansion that you're going to get. Okay, like new levels, new devils. If you can't handle the adversity at this level, how are you going to handle the adversity at the top level? Because there's a lot of adversity at the top. Okay, so you got to be able to handle these situations, but also it builds your resilience. It builds your confidence that you can overcome these obstacles, that you can, to trust in self, but also to trust in the divine. Like it's giving, like maybe you went through a test of Job, and that's what this is, and you passed it. You didn't forsake God. Yeah, because you have untapped inner power as being a divine channel. So you were someone here who is supposed to give messages from the divine, like myself. Okay, so like you're someone here who is a prophet, a seer, an intuitive, that you had to essentially untap your inner power through the adversity, through the struggle, through the changes. Okay, you had to learn how to navigate through all of this, because you are meant to be a divine channel and you are meant to be very successful at it. But again, new levels, new devils. You got to handle the light work at the beginning of your awakening, so that way you can handle the bigger threats when you get up there, right? Reaching out, it's time for you to reach out and ask for the help that you need. So reach out to your ancestors, reach out to the divine. Okay, it says to make time. Make time for your spiritual practices. Ask the questions that you need to ask. Any more information on this when it comes to the collective and bring a balance to their life to be in alignment for their blessings? Anything else you want the collective to know about this? Anything else you want the collective to know? Yeah, there's also something very significant about paying attention to the animals that are around you or that you're seeing and what they mean, okay? When it comes to you utilizing your inner strength. With the number 3, that's your 3rd house. It's your consciousness and expression. So when you see an animal, a certain one, for instance, like say if you see a deer, spiritually meaning, deers mean that you are being assisted. They're also a high sign of the fae, the she. Now if it's a stag, that means authority. That means royalty. That's Lord of the Forest type vibes, right? Like some kind of authorities being here that you will overcome. Okay, you're being led to higher ground. If you see like an owl, it means that, you know, there's some kind of deception afoot, or it could mean that you're receiving some kind of message from the other side. If you see crows, crows can mean different things. Crows can be like a harbinger, some kind of omen, okay? But if you're someone who has on their spiritual team deities or entities, high vibrational ones, that, you know, the crow is like one of their totems, it just means that they're there for you. For instance, like I have the crows because Morgan's been on my spiritual team. She's connected to my lineage. So like when I see crows, it just confirms that she's there and she's watching me. And I've had several instances where I had no other choice but to trust the crows. Like for instance, like when I was on vacation once, we were driving to like a park, okay? But because of the park, there was no service, and I was in an area I wasn't familiar with. So I had to, and we had no way of, like we had a way to get there, but we didn't know how to get back to like our cabin that we were staying in. So like I had to follow the crows to that cabin. Like no shit. Like I had to follow the crows back to the cabin because I didn't have GPS, I didn't have any kind of signal, I didn't have a map, right? So like I've had to have it like test of faith of follow where I'm being led. And that's a kind of like message that's here. It's like, see where you're being led. There's going to be certain animals that approach you, okay, or that you see, and intuitively you're going to pick up some kind of message. Definitely pay attention to that. Yeah, because they're going to be alerting you about some kind of hidden motivations of a loving man. So somebody who wants to give you some kind of offer. Yeah, because they're not on a new path. They're not learning how to, you know, grow, heal, and evolve. Again, number 8, but again, it's in reverse. 1, they don't want you to be teaching people. But 2, what this card's giving me is that they haven't changed. They're still low vibrational. And this is somebody from your past. Like they haven't changed. They're still in their south node. Yeah, they don't have optimism for their future. And your personal guides, your guardian angels, your spiritual family are giving you information about this. So the signs are all around you. Anytime that you are confused on what kind of choices that you need to make. Also, you have the ascended masters that are working with you as well. If you don't know what that is, think like Jesus, Kuan Yin, Buddha, Saint Germain, that are here to give you peace. Like they're here to give you peace of mind. And then in this picture, it's got like 2 swans. Swans mate for life. So like they're here to give you information on who you're actually supposed to be with. It says divine masculine. Whoever this loving man that's coming towards you, this is somebody from your past that's not your divine masculine. And you're going to get so many messages all around you that's going to bombard you. That's going to be blinking to you like, hey, not it, not it, not it. Okay, that's what you need to listen to. Yeah. Because there's someone here that has lost you. They're watching you sail away into the sunset. This is somebody that was trying to keep you bound. This is somebody that was trying to anchor you in. Because you see like this guy is holding a rope here. Like they tried to stop you from moving forward, but they couldn't, okay? Yeah, they couldn't stop you from moving forward with, you know, like learning and teaching a new path here because you had the courage to face the unknown. So good job. Like you're exactly where you're supposed to be at. Yeah, because you traveled, you went somewhere. 222 is the angel number for bringing balance to all areas of your life. You changed location. You could have moved, like physically. You could have, you know, went somewhere like on vacation or something like that. And that was a significant moment for you when it came to this person. Yeah, because you're looking forward. You're taking conscientious steps, considered action of what you should do. And this person here has uncontrolled feelings about that. Uncontrolled feelings about you having happy success and love and wealth. Meanwhile, they have a consciousness of lack. Like they feel like they'll never have love, they'll never have money, and that's not your fucking problem. And every time they look at you, they just see that you're relaxing. So this is somebody who was working with their family. This is a masculine that was working with either this dark practitioner or this is the person that was working with their family. I picked up heavily though, it was a feminine energy. So it could be somebody that they were dealing with in their past, okay? Like this could be someone that they were working with. So there's somebody here that wants to give you a romantic offer that was working with this feminine energy that's family's now hunting them. Like again, they don't have any optimism for their future. They haven't learned a new path. They're still stuck in the low vibration, which means low vibrational shit's gonna happen to you if you were doing the low vibrational stuff. It's going to attract to you, right? They've lost you. You learned a new path, you had the courage to face the unknown, you took the steps. Now they're all in their feelings because they're watching you have happy success and love and wealth with the divine masculine. Meanwhile, they feel stuck. It's because their root chakra is not healed. Like the loss and lack mentality, which is why they tried to do the bindings on you to begin with. It's because like they felt like they weren't good enough for you. So self-worth, so sacral chakra healing as well. They didn't feel like they were good enough for you. So instead of rising to the challenge, being someone who did have something to offer you, doing the changes, grow, healing, and evolving, they decided to try to bind you to keep you stuck with them, and you weren't stuck. Yeah, they're just watching you have peace, and now again, like everybody's pissed, like, and it's been coming out like in the collective tarot readings, like this is a very dark time for these people that were coming up against you, because the downloads that I've been getting have been very like trigger warning, been very, you know, they've been darker. They've been darker, and that's why like I have to do the whole like reiteration of my legal disclaimers. It's like I'm not wishing this on anybody. I'm just being obedient to my calling. And it's like, unfortunately, not everything that happens in the human experience is all puppies and daisies and rainbows and sunflowers, right? Like, shit happens. And it's like, especially if you're doing this shit, like if you're playing with black magic, what do you think's gonna happen? You know? And I'm not talking about all people who do the black magic, because there's people who utilize their craft. You have to have good and bad. You have to have the polarities, okay? You have to have them. You can't get rid of one without it impacting the other, okay? So it has to exist. And there are dark practitioners out there who, you know, actually, I mean, karma doesn't need help from anybody, but they essentially enact justice. Someone lied about you and got someone who does the black magic to try to enact an injustice to you. And at the time, they didn't know that. They thought that they were being the justice. But again, I don't, as someone who's a high priestess and someone who's, you know, had people try to ask them to do witchcraft and stuff for them, because I have done like protection magic, which is a very gray area. It doesn't wish harm on anyone. It's essentially like having, like thinking like the United States, it's your Second Amendment right. Like you have the right to defend yourself. In certain states, there's also the stand your ground laws. So like you don't have to retreat. Protection spells are like you don't have to retreat. You come across the threshold, you come across the boundary line, shit's gonna happen to you. Sorry, not sorry, right? Like I have the right to defend myself. I'm not a victim, right? But I've had people try, but it's like, you gotta do your due diligence. Like you gotta consult your ancestors, you gotta consult your spiritual team, because if you're wrong, shit happens. And that's what's happening, shit happens. They got these people to think they're, you know, that they're being some kind of justice, that like you were this big evil monster out there and they had to put you down, that they had to stop you from wreaking havoc on society, when really it was like, no, this person's just a bully, this person's just a hater, trying to victimize and do an injustice to you, probably over this man, like, which is pathetic as fuck. Over a man. There's at least 3 billion of them out there. Like, over one? You're doing this over fucking one? If you had some self-love for yourself, you would know that this person wasn't meant for you, if that's the case. And that anybody who's truly meant for you, you don't have to do witchcraft on to keep them there. But like, this is somebody that obviously felt threatened by you. I don't get why though, because like, it looks like you have your own partner. So you wouldn't even be interested in this person. Like you have a divine masculine out there. You have someone, so if you're divine feminine, you have a divine union. You have a divine counterpart that the divine has picked specifically for you. You know, like high vibrational soulmate, twin flame. You have somebody like that. So you're not interested in this person that this other feminine energy is so concerned about. It's like her concern is misplaced. If the guy wants to leave her, that's a him thing. And he has the right to leave her if he wants to. People are allowed to say no to you. It's their right. But it's like, why you're involved? Why like people try to involve you in a relationship that you're not in? Or why like it said that this person like has been fantasizing about you, that this person tried to keep you stuck with them. They didn't want you to move forward. Fucking tough titty, right? Like go be with somebody who's aligned with you. Because like the relationship as it would be wouldn't work out. Like say if you were with this person, it wouldn't work out. Like you guys would be broken up within a week. There's a clash of energy. There's a clash of vibration. Like you're not going to be into the same kind of shit they're into. There's going to be a lot of toxicity. There's going to be a lot of fights. But if you're high vibrational, you're not going to lower your vibration by fighting with somebody. Like you're just going to bounce. No love spell is going to change that. And if you're high vibrational, no love spell is going to fucking change that. No love spell is going to be able to touch you. It's going to immediately reflect off of you back to them. It's going to do like an immediate return to sender. So it's like the relationship that they have been fantasizing about would have never worked. It was a failed relationship. Their delusional ass fantasy, it would have never worked. It would have never lasted. It would maybe last a week. Like people can hide how they truly feel. They can, you know, especially when you get to the first stages of dating, like how people can be, you know, very deceptive. And, you know, men can be very deceptive for a long time. They can like hate your guts, but want to be with you for years, right? Like they're all about being with who's here in the right now versus who they actually want to be with, right? Like they'll waste your time. And that's what this person, it's like that energy is given. It's like they don't even like you. They don't like you. You guys don't have anything to talk about. You don't have any kind of similarities. You don't have any kind of like mutual interests. And they think that you're not going to pick up on that energy. As someone from personal experience that's dealt with stuff like this, you pick it up. I was under a lot of witchcraft at the very beginning of my awakening. I had 2 different masculines try to put me under love spells to get me to break up with one to go to the other, right? Because they weren't part of the same coven. They were different. And I got targeted by 2 different covens at the same time. 2 different love spells. bindings, trying to send me dreams, things like that. I still knew they weren't for me. I still knew that the one was shady as fuck. I never developed feelings like that for them. It's like, yeah, I had a kind of closeness, like a soul recognition, but it's like shady behavior, shady behavior. You can pick it up, or you're going to pick it up in the dream. Especially since it says that you're a messenger, you're a divine channel, like you're going to pick it up. Irregardless if they try to send you an entity or they, you know, have a soul tie, you're going to pick it up. Like, God will give you the message. Your ancestors will scream it loud enough for you to get the message. So it's like, I don't get these people and their mindset. It's like it's like the all or nothing tunnel vision. This is the only outcome, and that's crazy because with like prophecy, the outcomes are unlimited. Okay, like anything can happen. So it's like these people are getting tarot readings. These people are divination spying, right? Like there's more than one outcome, and it's all determined based on the person's will. Like they change their mind, it changes the outcome, and that's like one of the lessons you learn as a seer. Like the very beginning of my awakening, I got that test of seer, meaning if I looked too far ahead, I would have lost my mind. Because like at the time I was being tested, and the test that I got was like, you have to stay focused on the present. If you try to look ahead, you're going to see every single possibility. And the possibilities are infinite. So like, if I tried to obsess over it, or if I tried, you know, to see what was going to happen, I was going to lose my mind. I would have went crazy. And that's like people with gifts, you earn them. It's not fucking just handed to you. You earn them. Like you go through tests of Job, you go through tests of adversity, but also like the divine makes sure to give you a little bit each time. Like each time you get a little bit of that gift, they're going to see what you do with it. And if you try to hurt people or harm people, or, you know, try to use it in a way to get some kind of level up, like meaning like money fraud, or, you know, like going to Vegas and reading cards, like they're going to see what you do with it before they promote you. Being a seer, being an intuitive, a prophet, you get promoted. And that's how you get stronger gifts. I went through several promotions since I was 27 years old. I'm 33 now. Like I went through several promotions. I got little bits at each time because I had to pass the test of integrity. What will I do with those gifts? Simultaneously, these people, it's like they've lost their gifts because they've abused them. If they had any kind of gifts, which aren't to your level, they will lose them. Spirit, what's going on in this family's lives right now? What is this debt to be paid? What's going on in these families' lives? Being seen as a fraudster or scam artist. So that's how they're looking at this person and their family that got them all to do this. Eviction notice. People are dealing with foreclosures. They're losing their home. But also, again, like couch surfing. This person's couch surfing and they stay within like 3 homes. Charged with DUI, so someone's got a DUI as well, so they could have a drinking problem. But also DUIs are very expensive. Being dumped by their mates, there's relationship problems. Spell work done to your children or loved ones will affect their own instead. Ding, 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 right? Like, that's what they're scared of. There's blood on your hands. Like, there's blood on your lies. You lied to us. You were a scam artist. Like, you lied to us. Like, I'm picking up that this is this feminine's. The first 4 cards are this feminine's. Couch surfing, seen as a fraudster, charged with DUI, so they're immobile. And if they are mobile, like it's an even, like they're going to get locked up. That masculine that wants to come give you a love offer, dump them. Again, everyone's upset because they try to do something to your kids. Like if you have them, they try to do something to your kids. Definitely try to affect your significant other as well. Having money but feeling lonely and unable to manifest love. So that's what's going on with some of the family. Suffering from hair loss, thinning, balding, or alopecia. So someone's lost their hair. Beauty looks, allure, and sex appeal fading away. So there's definitely some beauty magic or, you know, glamour magic that was done as well on you. Again, because like they don't want people to see you in a good light. So it's like cloaking you with some kind of energy. Went back on them. Tell us more about this debt to be paid. Expedited karma pronto. So this is coming in very, very quickly. Co-parenting issues. So like if they have separated and they have kids, like they're dealing with custody issues, child support issues, interference with new relationships, bad luck at gambling. This was a bad luck. This was not a good gamble. Contracting incurable STD. Someone's car got jacked. They're suffering from generational curses. Again, that's why they're looking at this feminine energy as the source to rectify the wrong. Like, you enact a generational curse on us. Everybody's going to be stuck in stagnation. There's going to be so much death that happens. Trying to affect like your kids, like say they're trying to make them sick or, you know, mess with their mind or things like that. Like they're going to have like mental health issues now. And it's going to reap down the bloodline. So like they're trying to find a way to rectify the wrong. We're going to get into that. Spirit, Tell us about this family here now. Now we're getting into the family that's hunting this feminine energy down. Tell us about this family that's hunting this feminine down. Tell us about this family that's hunting this feminine energy down. Yule log 444, which is the angel number of your protection, guided by the angels. Death, rebirth, release. Because you went through some kind of transformation and you've released that energy. Ceremony, number 4, your 4th house. Oh, or this could even be about them, because I'm getting both. They're wanting to release this energy because you're protected. So that way they can have an ending and new beginning. So they can do a ceremony. So that way they can expand this family. 4 is your 4th house. Accepting what is beyond your control. It's like they're accepting that like they're not able to do anything to you. Accepting your protection. But they need to release the stagnant energy. Gatherings, yeah, community partnerships. So they're gathering together and I'm hearing that's it. I don't need to do anymore. Clarify Yule log, spirit. Clarify Yule log. Yeah, they know that you're protected. 444. That you are protected. Your abundance, your financial self-sufficiency and independence is protected. But again, they're wanting to release this 5 of Pentacles. They're wanting to release this hardship type energy that's on them. They know that they're all going to go through poverty. They're going to go through stagnation. It's like there's no movement here. There's no expansion. Like they're all stuck and nothing's going to happen good for them. So they're trying to release this. They're trying to release like this energy that's on them of hardship. Because again, you have defended yourself. You've mastered your ability to defend yourself. And they're trying to find a way to get long-term stability, get this windfall of money. By creating a painful ending for this practitioner. Because they feel stuck by you. Because you're moving on to calmer waters. They feel stuck. They feel stuck by you moving on to calmer waters. They're abandoning this feminine energy, this dark practitioner, they're abandoning her. They're trying to release this energy. They're abandoning her. They're trying to release the stagnant energy because one, they know that your financial self-sufficiency and independence is protected. You defended yourself, so you're upping your spiritual game, like your prayers, cleansing your space, things like that. You've mastered yourself. You've mastered like your spiritual practices here, and they're going to bring a painful ending to this feminine energy in order to get their money back because they feel stuck by you moving forward. Clarify ceremony. Yeah, ceremony. There's going to be a ceremony done. This family, and then we have the 10 of Cups. This family here is going to bring an ending of them trying to be deceitful and forceful, being very aggressive. They're trying to bring an ending to the deceit, the lies. Also could signify they're bringing an ending to people trying to be deceptive about your family life. Because they're blocked by obstacles. There's no forward movement here. When it comes to their root chakra, yeah, their financial security, their security in general, their safety. They want to expand. So their endings trying to be deceptive when it comes to your family, trying to steal from your family life. They're being blocked by obstacles to their money. And they're very, very drained of energy. A King of Pentacles, this is someone who's typically wealthy, by the turn of the wheel. So they're wanting to do a ceremony here with this feminine energy to sacrifice her. Because again, their money's all fucked up. And the masculine in the family, my nose is really itching, the masculine and the family that is very wealthy, like they weren't counting on this energy balancing out or for them to be on the downside of the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify tranquility. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. The news that they received, a King of Swords. So this is somebody who's an authority figure. This is like a cop, a judge, an investigator. Okay, but also could just be like an authority figure, someone who makes head over heart decisions. They're very logical. They're in that King of Swords type energy, okay? Like they're accepting what's beyond their control, that you're protected. Your money's protected. You are protecting yourself though. Like it's not that like you just have a spiritual team, they're whooping everybody's ass. I mean, they are, but you are also a force to be reckoned with, okay? And they're having a very logical approach here about this witchcraft and how it's brought death to their homes, okay? They're accepting what's beyond their control here. Yeah, and they know it's because of this Queen of Pentacles, this wife, this mother. So they got the news here. They've been very, very logical about it, that you are protected. They're accepting what is beyond their control. Again, with this witchcraft, this devil energy, this bondage. Remember, it says that they're bound to it. They're bound to it. So this could even signify that they're trying to unalive this Queen of Pentacles because they feel trapped, and that's how they're going to get a financial opportunity. So they're seizing the moment here. They're seizing the moment. Like, they're jumping in. The call's definitely coming from inside the house, okay? They're going after this Queen of Pentacles type energy, this feminine energy. Death, like, they're going to bring an end to her because, like, they feel trapped. 12 is your 12th house. What's secret, what's hidden. They know that that's like what's hidden for them to get a new beginning. So they have to make her ritual sacrifice. Clarify gathering. Yeah. The full moon, again, full moon's very significant. They're gathering on the full moon because there's a lot of wasted talent, potential, and fertility. They're not having a passionate breakthrough. We have a King of Cups reverse, someone who's giving bad advice, scheming, fraud. One who looks out only for themselves. Or this could even signify there's a masculine figure in reverse, an energy in reverse that's only looking out for themselves. They receive bad advice from this person that's from their community that feels hesitant to go through this ritual. However, they've been doing some soul searching. They've been going within to receive guidance about their own spiritual beliefs, with the number 9 here being your 9th house. And they know what they have to do to get a solution here. That they're going to have to share. They're going to have to all participate in this ritual in order to get their wishes fulfilled. We have a King of Wands, someone who's a leader, heavy fire in their chart, who's making the decisive decision. And then we have a Queen of Cups, someone who's kind, nurturing, empathic, that knows that they're going to be dealing with stagnation due to what they tried to manifest. They're going to deal with stagnation with the resources. So, like, you got some people that want to do it, then you got somebody here that's only looking out for themselves. So, like, they could have consulted somebody about, like, what they needed to do, this family did, and this King of Cups in reverse is only looking out for themselves. So they gave them bad advice. Like, hey, don't do this, maybe we shouldn't. But then they went within and received guidance about what they need to do to right the scales. That they all are going to have to participate in order to get fulfillment, to get, you know, any kind of success back in their lives. Now you have two energies here. We have a Queen of Cups, a King of Wands that knows that, like, because of what they try to manifest in your life, they're going to be dealing with stagnation. They're going to be dealing with stagnation. So, like, they're coming in hot with this feminine energy here. It says it's a Queen of Pentacles. This is a wife, this is a mother. So someone who was married could be, like, married to an ex, or they had kids with your ex, something like this. They're going to right the scales. Tell us about the running with the wolves tonight, Spirit. Tell us about running with the wolves tonight. Tell us about running with the wolves tonight. Tell us about running with the wolves tonight, Spirit. Again, 6 of Pentacles, that they're all going to have to chip in. They're all going to have to chip in when it comes and isolate from this feminine energy. Yeah, because they're mastering their craft here. They're, like, I'm telling you right now, guys, like, they're wanting blood and they're gonna get it. Like, they're mastering whatever it is that they're trying to plan. So they're isolating, they're going within, receive guidance, all of them, about what they should do and how to perfect it, because they know it's a completion of a cycle that you've healed. Also, it could signify that they're hoping that if they do this, it'll rectify a wrong. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. That they're hoping that they'll have success here if they work long and hard with this plan. With the devil, like, with the devil-like energy, putting this feminine in bondage. Yeah, they're very, very determined. They're doing things on the routine. They're having to be adaptable. They're adapting their priorities. Like, it's like, we know that the collective is very protected here. We accept what we can't change. But we do know who's responsible for it, like who lied to all of us about this person and how people are dying. Like, and we're never going to financially recover from this. So they're hoping that they make a long-term plan here with essentially putting this woman on the chopping block. They're adapting their priorities. She's got their full attention. Some kind of offer. An offering. They're going to make her the offering so that way they can move forward to victory. They're going to make her an offer. They're going to make her as the offering. Yep. They're going to make her an offering that they're, in order for them to have success and victory, because them trying to steal from you, be deceptive of you with 7 of Swords and 9 of Wands, they've been very resilient. This Emperor, this dominating masculine, this could be the Patriarch, and this Queen of Cups. They have clarity. They know the truth here. And now they're defending themselves. They're defending themselves from this woman here, this feminine energy, because they're in anxiety, fear, and despair. They see your resilience with people trying to steal from you. So there's a Patriarch here and a Queen of Cups that has the truth that you have defended yourself, you have stood your ground. They're in anxiety, fear, and despair about this conflict because you've had a passionate breakthrough, and now they're all going through upheavals in their life, especially when it comes to them having long-term stability. But it's saying that you're a high priestess and you have long-term stability here. They didn't know your strength. Now your strength is what's giving you an Ace of Pentacles. And there's a Queen of Cups here whose children try to go after your children. So that's why. So they try to like even go as far as sacrificing your kids because they couldn't sacrifice you. So they try to target your kids. This Queen of Wands, someone who could be witchy, who's confident, could be even a little competitive. So they went after your children because they were trying to get a heart opening. They were trying to essentially get that abundant energy to come back. They did this very hastily. They did it without thinking that that would be the solution that they needed. And so they seized the moment here to try to get good fortune off your children. It was their goal. And this King of Pentacles, it's illuminated to this King of Pentacles, again, this wealthy masculine in the family. That in order for them to get celebrations back in their life, again, to have that money come back, that they're going to have to abandon her. And in many different ways, they're looking at any and every kind of opportunity to bring her death. Again, remember I said like what she wished and intended for your children, what happened to her own. So she literally tried to offer your children up as a sacrifice. It was rejected. And because you've been very diligent, like you don't just, do ritual baths on yourself, you do them with your kids, your significant other, you cleanse the space, like you pray together. You could even be teaching your kids to pray, right? To like rebuke that energy and things like that. And it's working. So don't stop. They're looking at any kind of opportunity to bring death to her. So that way they can have financial self-sufficiency again. Because all of those who have collaborated are dealing with a lot of emotional pain right now. Some of them are even sick. And they're watching. They're gossiping about her and how they can move forward and change that energy very quickly as if they go after this Queen of Pentacles. Because they're very determined to right the scales. Okay, with Justice being here, they're very determined to right the scales of their manifestations. You could even be trying to offer her something to drink or try to poison her in some kind of way. But also could signify their dreams are providing them with the plan to move forward to calmer water. So it's like spirits, your ancestors are giving them messages about how they, one, you're getting messages in an unconventional way, but maybe your ancestors are also speaking to these people unconventionally, like how they can move forward. They just gotta, they got to sacrifice the one who was doing all the harm. So they try to do something to your kids, it's affecting theirs, and they're scared. But also, it doesn't seem really so much that they're scared about their own family. It seems like they're scared about the money. It's like this family cares more about the money than its members. It explains like this feminine energy. It explains them a lot. They're more worried about not being able to financially recover from this versus like the kids or their lineage dying. Like they don't seem to be worried about that. Let's get into the tea before I close this out. Give us the tea, Spirit. Let's see. Terrified because they're realizing they were just the divine's pawn to awaken your power. You won't be beaten. Again, accepting things that they can't change. So allow yourself to have some fun because they can't hide anything from you. Meaning, like, again, you get messages, you get downloads about them. They have no spiritual protection and they know this. They're asshole deep in debt. Do an ancestor money ritual to thank them for their assistance. Again, your ancestors are applying that pressure. I'll attach that video at the very end of this one so that way you know what to do. Use art to give your soul a voice to express itself in a healthy way to heal low vibrational emotions and trauma. Make sure you're drinking your water. They try to cloak themselves in your energy, which means that they're trying to mirror your energy. So they're trying to attract all your abundance to them and then cloak you in their energy so you attract all their negative karma. Yeah, they were trying to, it was like their whole bright idea to scam you. Someone's going to come towards you with half-truths, but this also pertains to this feminine energy. She came to them with half-truths about you. It's a scam. And the ancestors are communicating with you, but also with this family. When it comes to their material wealth, their second house. So it's like your ancestors are going and speaking in the ear of this karmic feminine's family, like, hey, she lied. She told you whatever you need to hear to do this. That's why your money's fucked up. Here's what you got to do to right that wrong. That's what your ancestors are doing. Yeah. Because you rose from the ashes here. And now, because you rose from the ashes, you're airing out all their dirty laundry. Don't send it if you don't want people to read it. I say it all the time. I've dealt with it myself. Like, I'm a person who can read your energy. If you're sending it to me, like sending with full consent and your own free will, sending me your energy to do your woo-woo or whatever, I'm going to read it. And then I'm going to read it publicly. You gave it to me. And if they're sending the energy to you, collective, their energy is going to be so heavy, and the collective energy is going to surpass or outweigh or overwhelm the energy in itself to where it's going to be read. Don't send your energy if you don't want it to be read. Yeah, when it came to this death magic, something very significant about social media, seeing that you're getting lump sum good karma. Your father is a classic Lord Disney villain. They have your hair, article of clothing, jewelry, etc. So your family could be involved, or it could signify that this karmic feminine, this King of Pentacles, that seems to be the patriarch of the family, they only care about money. They don't care who they got to sacrifice. Oh, I got to sacrifice my daughter, cool. Right? Like, others are advocating for you when you aren't around because you're in your winning season. Your enemies have infiltrated your social circle and or family. So your family as well, like so that can most definitely be your father as well. Like your father, does your enemies have infiltrated your social circle and or family? So your family could be involved. Your gifts were hidden, exposed on purpose and divine timing because they didn't know it would be this bad. They didn't know that fucking with you would come at such a high price. They judged a book by its cover, not knowing that it was the bait. The curse is broken. And there's also something significant about an undercover agent that's involved as well. That tapped their electronics, so they're going to go to jail too. So that's another thing the family is afraid of. They're in spiritual jail, and as above, so below. Someone's going to go to jail. Their phone and electronics are tapped. It's like they're going to unalive this karmic feminine, and it's going to get caught by the cops, and then they're going to go to jail for it. Is your desire worth what you'll have to sacrifice? Love, peace, stability, health, freedom, or life? That was your ancestors' message to this karmic feminine all along. Was it worth it going after my baby? Was it worth it? Yeah, to this dark practitioner priestess, okay? Like this dark practitioner, okay? Who's now going through a dark night of the soul. She can't handle the smoke from the fire she started. Trying to go after your heart chakra, said that. Now she's drowning in her emotions because like literally her family's advocating for her death. It's not so fun, is it? Having your family advocate for your death. It's not fun, is it? What blessing to the collective you were ever so gratitude for? We have a blessing to bring clarity. So you got clarity on the situation and a blessing on a resolution. So they're going to take themselves out, and a blessing on a journey. 222 again. Bring a balance to all areas of your life, and a blessing on your sleep to provide you with wisdom. What does Goddess want the collective to know about the situation? What does Goddess want the collective to know about the situation? So we have that creations will be realized in the right time for your harvest and for you to celebrate. Again, like beginning of the message is that like you're gonna, once you bring balance to all areas of your family life, your work life, and your spiritual practice, you're gonna see that abundance. And then you are protected. The Star Brothers, loyalty, safety, trust, and masculine energy in your life. You are safe. You are protected. Nothing but positivity and abundance flows your way. What else, Spirit? A lot. Something very significant about 1 month. Rhea, the Titan and Great Mother Goddess, so Goddess herself, again, that said that like you were going to have your abundance come in. And then we have Minerva, the Goddess of War, Schools, and Commerce, and Lord Ganesh, Reader of Obstacles. So in 1 month, the Goddess here, as well as other entities, are removing obstacles from you getting this abundance and removing obstacles of this warfare in a very creative way. Heavy Aquarius energy. Very creative way. I mean, you have Mars in Aquarius. That's confirmation. So I'll attach that reading to this as well. Like Mars in Aquarius is about, Mars creates and destroys. They're being very creative in how they create something for you to get your abundance back and how they destroy something that was putting obstacles on your path. All right, collective, I hope I was able to provide you with clarity of what you already truly know. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my vibe in this video, please like, subscribe, and if it helps the channel, please stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the Dark High Priest and the Prostitute Queen Unseen.